the cost of that for years to come is an additional amount in the budget, and I do appreciate that that's written into the budget or into the
Report.
the report, and that it's very upfront. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Right. We'll go to the vote. Open. Councillor Lennox Epp.
In favor.
Thank you. Close and accept. Thank you. So we'll go to 7.2, Dr. Murray's from a verbal presentation from the fire chief.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor, Mayor, members of council. I believe all the information that we've compiled about Dr. Andre Maris is in the report. So I will just give a high-level overview. Back in 2019, 2020, the executor of Dr. Andre Maris contacted the Prince Edward Fire Department stating that he had bequeathed $100,000 to the department. In his last will and testament, there was no conditions, no request of where that money goes, except that it goes to the Prince Edward Fire Department. Along with that, bequeathed funds of $100,000, he gave much of his estate away, to the people of Saskatchewan. He had a love for animals, obviously, to the Saskatchewan to the SPCA, in Prince Albert and Saskatoon. So being that there was no conditions put on it, administration felt that the recommendations before you would honor his gift to the city of Prince Albert by creating first the Fire Station Reserve Fund and funding it with the bequeathal of $100,000. So those recommendations are before you today. It wasn't an easy task to find out information on why the doctor had bequeathed the money to the Prince Albert Fire Department. In fact, I wasn't able to get that answer. We surmised that, because in his after retirement had lived in the Prince Albert area and has also owned a home in Saskatoon, that somehow, somewhere, at some time, the Prince Albert Fire Department we believe would have had an impact on the doctor. So without any concrete information, that is all I was able to surmise from our investigation. I do have to thank the solicitor's office for helping bring this together. I don't think it would have transpired, and I actually had given up hope that it was actually going to come to fruition. So again, thank you to the solicitor. If there are any questions, I believe the rest of the information is in the report. Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you. Mayor Dion.
I'll move the recommendation, but my question is the Director of Finance. So this money that we put in these reserve funds, do we invest that to get a better return on our investment?
Director.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Thank you, Mayor, for the question. If we set up a separate reserve account, then it's generating interest. Whenever we're in a positive amount in our bank account, which we normally are, we are also generating interest.
Yeah, but a bequeath like this, it could be a while before we use it.
Right.
So that's why I'm thinking of a GIS or something in a short-term investment, because, that 100,000 can grow if we invest it smartly.
Should that form part of your motion then?
Mayor Dion.
Yeah, I'll make a number 3 to that Department of Finance be instructed to invest the money in the reserve.
It's all good.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, that's all right. I've done worse. The finance director to invest the money into an interest saving. Is that a good way to put it, Director? Interest saving?
Interest savings account?
Yeah. Or, just an investment account, how would I say that? Yeah, put it in a
Yeah.
GIC,
Okay,
because we're getting a good return on GICs. Investment. Well. Yeah. Into a GS. Yep, that's it. GS.
we can look into what will get us the best interest.
Thank you.
Great.
Yep. Thank you.
Counselor Head.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. And it's great to read this report. You know, credit to the doctor and his family for leaving this money behind. I know it doesn't, it's a drop in the bucket when it compares to some of the costing out of our plans of a fire station. So yes, we have a long ways to go yet, but at least we have a start today. I'm glad to see that, and I suspect we'll see some budget documents. But to the question of this motion, you know, why aren't we putting most of our monies that are in reserves into GICs if this is the case? And are we allowed to do it, I guess, would be my thoughts. You know, are we going to pass this motion and turn around and say that we can't do this? Would be a question I have, because I suspect, why don't we do this to all our accounts then?
Because this one's financed.
Yeah.
That's it.
Director of Finance.
That's the difference, it's financed.
Thank you, Councillor, for the question. We actually have moved most of our reserve funds into our general operating fund so that we are never going into the negative, and we're generating the most interest that we can.
Great, thank you. Okay, Mayor Dion, this motion. Open. Counselor Zepp.
In favor.
Thank you. Oh, that brings back memories. Accept. Okay, we'll go to 7.3, SaskTel Mobility Contract Extension. Presentation by Kylie Baer, Director of Corporate Services. Let's see here. There we go.
Okay, thank you. Good evening. Okay, so tonight I'm here to just talk about our SaskTel mobility account. We are recommending a 3-year contract extension with SaskTel and Jump.ca for our mobile accounts. Back in 2017, we issued an RFP for bulk pricing for our mobile devices, and at that time it resulted in some competitive pricing for the city. We saved about $52,000 in that first year on our mobile devices. At the time, SaskTel was the successful bidder with the most competitive pricing compared to TELUS and Bell at the time. We renewed the contract once in 2020. And in addition to savings on our monthly fees, we get discounts on devices and accessories, which add to our savings. There's a $5,000 sponsorship from Jump that is used by the Community Services Department. And they also, in 2020, extended the discounts to employees and their families to just extend the benefit to employees. So at this time, we are comfortable with remaining with SaskTel for a 3-year term. Prices remain frozen at the 2017 rates. So given, that there's inflation and rising prices of everything these days, it is a feeling that these rates remain competitive. We've also gotten good customer service from SaskTel over these years. And with 243 devices, there is a considerable amount of administration works that goes into changing over that many devices. So administratively, there's a feeling that if there's nominal savings there, that it would be kind of eaten up in labor costs. So we're comfortable right now with recommending another 3-year term. We've got a good company responsive to our needs, and they're freezing those rates at 2017 rates. There is an option to go to tender, however, and so we have spoken to the vendor, and given the administrative work and changing over there, they've agreed to at least hold these prices to May 2024 if we did feel that it was the right time to go to tender. So that option is still there, and it is outlined in the report if that's what we would like to do. However, we are, and if we did that, we would do that tender this fall so that we're in shape for May 2024. But tonight I am recommending the 3-year extension for your consideration.
Thank you. Councillor Head.
Thank you, Deputy Mayor. I'm going to go ahead and move this motion, and just a quick comment, I guess.
Sure.
No, happy to hear that, Kylie, and in the report, and you're right. You know, it sounds like we're getting a great service and a cost save as well. And this is one of our Crown Corps within our province, and so definitely, you know, it's important that we support those initiatives as well.
Thank you. You moved it, right?
I'll move the motion, yes.
Thank you. Anybody else? No? Okay. Oh, sorry. Councillor Kummer.
Thank you, and thank you for the report. Sorry if this was in the report, but I'm
okay.
curious, because it's extended to families of the
Yes.
employees.
Yes.
And you said 240,
3 devices. So those 200,
devices?
yeah.
how many are city, how many are family?
The 243 are city-owned devices. So the family ones, that's managed on your personal plan. We don't track that. We just, you can, as an employee of the city, go to Jump and get a good rate, like a discounted rate, but that's
Because they
managed
are-
on your own
Because they are a city employee.
because they're a city employee. You have
And
to prove,
so we don't have any
We don't
indication of
administer that.
numbers of how many of our employees are getting that benefit from.
I don't track that. I'm not sure if it'd be easy to track if we
Right.
wanted to, but we don't track that. No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Questions? Right. We'll go to the vote. I'll open. Councillor Lennox Epp.
In favor.
Thank you. Close and accept. Right. So is there any unfinished business? No? Okay, adjournment. Thank you. Open the vote. Councillor Lennox Epp.
In favor.
Thank you. Close, accept. Right.